Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Or if you're new here, then welcome. I am Nathan. I eat one meal every day, and on those days, I film myself showing you what exactly it was that I ate. Very few days have gone by where you don't know what I have eaten. So if you want to enjoy this video, most people enjoy it while they eat food of their own. Maybe they grab a beverage of their choice. Either way, let's get on with the video. Well, hello. I do film and upload almost every day. I do have a break in the middle of the week for when I have really busy work schedule. But yesterday was an upload day and I didn't upload. And if you didn't see the post that I had made talking about that, then let me give you an update on it now. Yesterday, while I was at work, there was a small little kitten that had been abandoned by its mom. It was probably about maybe 3 or 4 weeks old. It was having trouble, keeping up with its mom. It was clearly very weak. It was malnourished. It was having trouble breathing. And so I picked up that little kitty cat and I called around. And I am happy to say that we did, in fact, find an animal shelter that is really high quality to pick the cat up, give it the medical treatment that it needed, and it's well on its way to going to a good home. So as far as I'm aware, so good ending, first and foremost. Good ending. But as far as I'm aware, the cat still needs to be bottle fed. It is old enough to eat solid food, but just hasn't really gotten to that point yet. It's basically in a foster home right now with all good things. The people that picked him up, gave me an update, and it seems like he's in a good place, and they're going to look to try to find a home for that cat. So good ending. We are all about the good ending, and I got an email update from them last night, and I'm going to read it to you because it was like it's enough to make a grown man cry, and I'm a grown man, and I got to say, reading that right before heading off to bed, literally while laying down in bed, we did a good thing. We did a good thing. So I wanted to share all of that with you here. Let me pull the email up and just, censor out the critical information. So let's see. Hello, Nathan. Your kitten is now known as Sugarfoot because I found it in a sugar manufacturing plant and it was all covered in sugar all over its feet and nostrils. This is the 83rd cat that we have helped this season. He's already had a vet appointment, and other than an upper respiratory infection and some constipation, the doctor, the vet, says he's doing pretty well. He's getting 2 doses of some drug that's probably to help with the infection a day to fill his KMR formula, as well as a slurry of water and some sort of, I don't know what this name is, but I don't want to dox these people, but some sort of concoction that's good. It's like a soft food that's loaded with calories for them because he's very malnourished. Sugarfoot also has a large indoor cage next to Jane's bed. Jane is the person who picked the cat up, who works as an assistant to the main person that owns this company that's helping us. So next to Jane's bed, with his own heated bed, a kitten-sized litter box, plenty of clean water, and even a collection of dingle balls, that's an interesting way to phrase it, dingle balls and a crow's feather, basically just toys, for when he's finally awake enough to know what to do with them. Jane will be checking on him and offering him food every 3 hours. We don't anticipate any upcoming problems except who gets to cuddle him. Thank you for looking out for little Sugarfoot. Your diligence absolutely blessed his life. That's really cool. That's really cool to get a message like that. One, that made me feel special. But really the most important, and obviously I sent them a response, a really heartfelt response, and I'm really happy with the outcome. But the biggest thing about all of this is that helps me feel like I didn't just give this cat off to a bunch of random people that are going to mistreat it, right? That's the biggest fear that I had. And in calling around and searching for who could take this cat, there actually weren't a whole lot of resources out here to help with that, and I was getting really concerned. I was about to just start going to Walmarts and things like that to just find random people and ask if they would take the cat, because I'm just not in a position to keep the cat myself. I would, but maybe not. I am allergic to cats. I learned that the hard way by having him here in the house. So I am allergic to cats. So it probably wouldn't work out for that reason alone. But also just like with my job and the things that I do, it would be an indoor cat. It needs to be fed every 3 hours. I can't give him the care that he needs, and other people are better set up to do that. So it sounds like he's going to be going to somebody who's going to show him some genuine love, and just take really good care of him. I mean, he's already had a vet visit, basically. I mean, that was last night. I dropped the cat off at like noon yesterday, and then I had to go to work right away, so that's why I couldn't get a video out. So I dropped the cat off at noon yesterday, and then basically came home and changed and went to work. And then by the end of the day, he had already had a vet appointment. He had already gotten set up with a whole bunch of little goodies and things. They knew a lot more about him and his situation. That's a nice place for that cat to end up. So I just figured I would share all of that with you and give you an update, because I've never had an opportunity to do something like that. And I'm really happy that we had the good outcome. So I think it's fair to say as well, I actually, I wouldn't say rescued, but there was another stray animal at that area that I worked, and it was a dog. It was a stray dog. And most of the time, I don't really concern myself with the stray dogs because they're usually quite large, and I don't have any real training to dealing with stray animals like that. Like, I don't want to get hurt, right? And you don't know what those dogs have. But this dog was extremely, let's just say, like, submissive. He wasn't playful. He wasn't like super nice and kind and cuddly. He was clearly in a bad spot. But he was submissive and curious, non-aggressive, and more or less like behaved in a way, not trained. He's clearly been a stray his whole life. But I called like animal control, and they got me in touch with a group that brought them to it's a non-kill shelter. There is not a single like no-kill, absolutely no-kill whatsoever shelter out here. So let me finish the story before you get concerned. It's I brought it to a shelter that had a 90-day adoption period during the busiest time of the year where people are going and getting dogs. The dog was adorable and cute and good looking. It didn't have any cuts anywhere. And I brought it to the shelter, and in like 3 or 4 weeks, he got picked up and adopted. So that was also a good ending. I was a little concerned. I mean, it would have been impossible for no one to adopt that dog. That dog was fantastic. But I was a little concerned nonetheless, because basically there are no options where I live where they just will keep a dog indefinitely, if that makes sense. So 90 days, I was like, okay, busiest time of the year, that gives him a good shot. And frankly, if he can't figure it out and behave himself around other people, then he's having clearly he has a horrible quality of life. He's emaciated, his ribs are showing, he's injured. It may just be best, and he can't be around humans, so like it may just be best that that's the outcome for him. It's sad, but seeing the way that he was living out there as a stray is absolutely heart-wrenching. So yeah, 2 good outcomes with 2 different animals. I hope I do not have, although it makes me feel really good, I feel like I'm lucky that it turned out this way. I hope I do not have to get into that situation again, because having the bad outcome would obviously be devastating. So I'm holding out that I kind of get a break for a while. And I think I will get my wish, because today happens to be my last day working in that in-person job. So my likelihood of being around stray animals goes way down. I'm starting at my new job on Monday, and we'll see how long I last. It's definitely a big responsibility and a step up from what I usually do. So I'm going to be stressed. I haven't been eating any more than I usually do, but I have like put on 5 pounds. So the stress is definitely getting to me. But I'm sure I'll do fine. Really, I just want to do a good job. I'm not really concerned about what other people think about me. I'm mostly just concerned that, well, not concerned, I mostly just want to make sure I, myself, am doing a really good job while I'm out there. And until I actually learn what the specific things I'm supposed to do on the day-to-day are, I'm not going to know, right? I'm not going to know until I know what the specific day-to-day stuff is. So that is coming up in my future as well. And I must admit to you, I am really looking forward to eating this meal right now. Getting back into the rhythm of the chicken and rice is fantastic. But that leads me to my final real topic of the day before I go into a completely unstructured ramble, and that's the real reason why you show up, is for the rambles, is what we are going to do for our crock-pot meal at the end of our scheduled video cycle. So we do 5 videos and then 2 days off. We didn't do a video yesterday because I was taking care of the cat, which means we have 2 more days of the chicken and rice. And then we have 2 days for either prep or just doing the crock pot recipes. So I did get some recommendations in last week's video with what I should do, lists of things that they would like to see. And I will go back and I'll take a look at that. I can't remember them off the top of my head because I've just been so busy with the cat and new work stuff the last couple of days. I will go back and look at that. But now is a good time, if you've been consistent with your watch hours, to give me your recommendations once again. As a refresher, I like to, actually, before I get into that, the enchilada idea, I do remember, and I actually was thinking about enchiladas. That's what I want to go with. And I know that's a suggestion as well. But as a refresher, we just did curry, which was cool to do. Now I know that I can do curry, but for my one meal for the whole day, that was a little much. That was a lot of just chicken, spices, and rice. And so I'm sure I could have added some vegetables, so that was just a lot. So we're gonna change it up. Let's see, we did the chicken and dumplings, which kind of had my own spin on it, I guess, even though it was my grandma's recipe. It was more like a chicken pot pie filling that you just ate. That was good. What else do we have? I did another, of course, the chuck roast. The chuck roast that we had, the chuck roast stew. Fantastic, really liked that. So, yeah, tomorrow, I'm thinking about changing it up tomorrow. I have an idea about what I'm going to do, but we'll see. The crock pot will be a whole different story. So I do like the enchiladas. Enchilada sounds fantastic. Perhaps we will do that. But give me any other recommendations that you have, and we'll see what we can do from there. Because haven't settled on anything yet, so you still have time. Still have time to make your perspective. All right, well, we're actually almost done here with our meal. Also, by the way, I really missed that rotisserie chicken. It was nice cooking some fresh chicken, but it's convenient being able just to incorporate your own rotisserie chicken that's already cooked into your meal. So a big fan of that. Let's do a couple of things here. Let's add our rice. Well, let's put our oven mitt on. That is what it is, right? An oven mitt. I use it almost exclusively for this rice cooker. So it doesn't operate like an oven mitt to me. So let's see what we can do here. So this is fully cooked, but I usually cook it for a little bit longer because it's kind of still wet. You know what I mean? It's not fluffy. Don't want it to be dry, but it's not fluffy. And I just cleaned the kitchen. I'm already making a mess. Already making a mess. Poor Noah. Poor Noah, what will he do? Alright, let's get that put away. Get the knife put away. Let's get this back. And finally, while that gets heated up, we'll do the final elements of our meal. 4 eggs. And whisk this stuff up. Call it good. Beautiful. wash my hands to get the residue off. Grab a small fork, break the yolks, whisk them up, no milk needed. Beautiful. All right, let's see what we can do here. I'm feeling some inspiration right now. I'm feeling some inspiration, some soy sauce. I go through this soy sauce way quicker than I think I do. And I don't feel like that's a whole lot of soy sauce, maybe like a tablespoon or two. And yet I'm already down to like the last fourth of that soy sauce. That's the second or third bottle that I've gone through since using it on the channel. I used to not use it at all. Here we are. Let's incorporate that soy sauce real quick. Give the rice and the meat some color. And therefore some flavor. Yeah, just a quick toss. And then we'll add our egg. Super easy. Super easy. Perfect. And we'll even turn the temperature up a little bit more just to get nice, fluffy eggs incorporated into everything. Nice shorts.
That's not meatloaf.
This is not. No. No, this is not me. What? When have I ever made meatloaf?
You have never made meatloaf.
Crock-pot meatloaf? How's that sound? Would you eat crock-pot meatloaf if I made it for you?
Can you make meatloaf in crock-pot?
You hate me.
What?
You heard me. Hey, dude, get your hands off my egg palette. Were you just doing it to do it?
This is so stupid.
I don't. You didn't even spell anything with it, or like make a number, or did you just turn them all upside down? I'm just gonna have to throw away that entire top palette of eggs. I don't even know if
The whole upper decker is ruined.
Yeah, I don't know if I can trust that at this point.
Breakfast of the champion: eggs, potatoes, and zins.
At least one Zen. A minimum of one Zen.
Well, otherwise you couldn't possibly be a champion.
No.
Don't you want to be the best?
No, then you'll just be. Can I be the same animal, but a different beast?
More.
I don't know what the hell you're saying, Kobe Bryant. What does that mean? I see you're drinking the lunch of champions.
Yes. God, I wish I had a cigarette.
White Monster flavored cigarette.
Protein.
God, I love that guy. Or I hate him. It's just one or the other. There's no in between. I'm never like indifferent to him. He just spelled the letter G. I hate that guy. All right, what are we doing? What are we doing? You've bared with me this long. I remember to turn off the stove. That's nice. Sometimes I don't remember to do that. Now let's just put massive, not meatloaf. I should put that on a t-shirt. Not meatloaf. We'll do that when we reach 1,000 subscribers. I saw a couple of you comment on the last video saying you subscribed and commented with 1,000 subs, and I appreciate that because we're making absolutely incredible pace to reaching that 1,000 sub milestone. We've stalled a little bit. I think last month was huge, which not every month can be like last month. I get that. We're going to continue to be as consistent as we can. But last month was by far our best month that we ever had. I think we added like 300 subscribers in a single month. So basically, half of all of our subscribers for the whole channel came in last month. And I can't say how thankful I am for that. We've already made some progress with YouTube reaching out to us saying that we're close. They're getting us prepped for a YouTube partner. That 1,000 subscriber mark is the goal. And in preparation for that 1,000 subscriber mark, we're going to do something absolutely unprecedented. I know, it's weighing our food. Weighing our food. I look forward to the uptick in viewership on this one part of the video where people go to see the weight of the food. Some of you skip all the way through to the end. I know who you are, just to see the weight. Which I appreciate. You just you're judging how much weight I eat in food every single day. And today I'm going to be eating 2.5, rounding up, 7 pounds of food. Let's even add a couple of hundredths of a pound in there. Oh, shoot. I almost cussed right there. I just squirted everywhere. Sorry. Okay. Well, with that, yeah, I mean, what are you still doing here? Scram. Get out. Bye.